Today's game is recorded and produced by Brian Bork at Epic View Studios. Advertising spots start at only $20 per game. Today's broadcast is made possible by the following local sponsors: Sonny's Pizza, Main Street, Fairfield, Maine. Waterville Tire, College Avenue, Waterville, Maine. Maine Athletic Fundraising. KVCC, Western Avenue, Fairfield, Maine. Hometown Veterinary Care, Western Ave, Fairfield, Maine. Davis Vinyl, Design, Print, Install, Benton Ave, Benton, Maine. Doug's Garage, Neck Road, Benton, Maine. Uncle Dean's Natural Market, Waterville, Maine. Patterson Logging and Firewood, Patterson Road, Benton, Maine. Hewitt's Martial Arts, Winslow, Maine. Massage by Andrew, Main Street, Waterville, Maine.
Scott Searway, your state senator, is working hard for you in Augusta. Born and raised here in Central Maine, he's proud to advocate for the community he grew up in and to work for a better Maine for all. A graduate of Lawrence High, Senator Searway would like to wish the boys and girls basketball teams the best of luck this season. Go Bulldogs! Paid for and authorized by Maine Prosperity PAC, P.O. Box 1, Augusta. Not paid for or authorized by any candidate or candidate committee.
Is your local school or group looking to raise money?
Our goal at Maine Athletic Fundraising is to raise you the most amount of money in the shortest period of time, hassle-free.
It's brought in thousands of dollars to our program. It's allowed us to elevate our program to the next level.
The customer service that we get from the employees at Maine Athletic Fundraising, guiding us through the entire fundraiser, is second to none. So we're able to have a great fundraiser, have a great time doing it, involve the community, and at the end of the day, raise the most amount of money in a short period of time.
Scott Searway, your state senator, is working hard for you in Augusta. Born and raised here in Central Maine, he's proud to advocate for the community he grew up in and to work for a better Maine for all. A graduate of Lawrence High, Senator Searway would like to wish the boys and girls basketball teams the best of luck this season. Go Bulldogs! Paid for and authorized by Maine Prosperity PAC, P.O. Box 1, Augusta. Not paid for or authorized by any candidate or candidate committee.
Is your local school or group looking to raise money?
Our goal at Maine Athletic Fundraising is to raise you the most amount of money in the shortest period of time, hassle-free.
It's brought in thousands of dollars to our program. It's allowed us to elevate our program to the next level.
The customer service that we get from the employees at Maine Athletic Fundraising, guiding us through the entire fundraiser, is second to none. So we're able to have a great fundraiser, have a great time doing it, involve the community, and at the end of the day, raise the most amount of money in a short period of time.
Good afternoon, high school hoop fans. Welcome into the Augusta Civic Center. High above courtside in the Sonny's Pizza Broadcast Center, Rick Dougal along with Brian Bork. For today's Eastern Maine semifinal girls matchup between the Lawrence girls coming in at 12-7, number 4 in Eastern Maine, versus the number 1 Hampden girls, 18-1. The one blemish being against Bangor this year, which is a Class AA team. Hampden has a win over Lawrence this year, 51-41, about midway through the season. This is a rematch of last year's Eastern Maine semifinal. Lawrence came in as the 3 seed, Hampden as the 2 seed, and Hampden beat Lawrence 50-36. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back and break this one down some more for you. You're listening to you're watching high school basketball here at the Augusta Civic Center, brought to you by Sonny's Pizza.
Scott Searway, your state senator, is working hard for you in Augusta. Born and raised here in Central Maine, he's proud to advocate for the community he grew up in and to work for a better Maine for all. A graduate of Lawrence High, Senator Searway would like to wish the boys and girls basketball teams the best of luck this season. Go Bulldogs! Paid for and authorized by Maine Prosperity PAC, P.O. Box 1, Augusta. Not paid for or authorized by any candidate or candidate committee.
Today's game is brought to you by Sonny's Pizza, Main Street in Fairfield, now delivering within a 7-mile radius of downtown Fairfield. Senator Scott Searway, a proud Lawrence grad that has been serving the community for many years, both as a senator and as a sheriff. Hometown Veterinary Care, the best place in Central Maine to take your furry friends, including Rudy and Lily, my furry friends that have been going there for years. Waterville and Skowhegan Tire voted the best of the best for 20-plus years running. Heward's Martial Arts, where our teachers will help you be more centered, which can help deal with the stresses of life. You got any stress in life, Brian? No? Central Maine, Dow's Quick Stop, formerly Jean's Market in Fairfield, now under the new ownership of Amanda and Todd Dow, where you get great food and ice cold beer and soda. And Central Maine Pharmacy, China Road in Albion. So looking at how these teams got here, Lawrence beat Erskine 48-41, while Hampden blew out number 8 Nokomis 66-29 in their quarterfinal matchup. Hampden jumped out to a 43-8 halftime lead in that game. 4 players scored in double digits for the Broncos. Emma Haskell, Amelia McLaughlin, and Megan Deans all had 10 points, and Sydney Hodgden led the team with 12 points. I'm sure they didn't get a whole lot of playing time in the second half, being up by 35 points at the half. So that may help Lawrence, as Lawrence did go to the wire with Erskine 48-41, as I said. They were tied at the half, and Lawrence went on a run in the third quarter to take a lead that they never relinquished. The Lady Dogs were led by Megan Curtis, who had 13 points. Sarah Poli had 11. Savannah Weston chipped in with 7. So this is going to be a tough matchup for the Lady Bulldogs. And speaking with the lovely Mrs. Bork before the game, she was saying that it's been 3 or 4 years in a row that Hampden has knocked Lawrence out of the tournament. So these girls would love to pull off the upset and go into the Eastern Maine final, where they would face Gardner, as Gardner was a victor today in a tough matchup against Skowhegan. Skowhegan played him very tough. Gardner was able to pull away at the end and win by 8, I believe, 50-42. So we're going to turn it over to the PA address announcer to announce your starting lineups, and we'll be back with you after that.
Hampden basketball fans, welcome to the Augusta Civic Center for the Northern Maine Class A Girls Semifinal game between the Lawrence Bulldogs, the visitors in the dark uniforms, and the Hampden Academy Broncos, the home team in the white uniform. Our officials are Mr. Crocker, Mr. Winchester, and Mr. McLaughlin. The scorers, Nathan Burns, Tyler, Rusty Huffins, and on the score clock, Eddie Baer. Before announcing the starters, we'll introduce each team member. First for Lawrence, number 1, Alyssa Porter. Number 4, Lauren Hughes. Number 5, Mackenzie Netto. Number 11, Emily Haggerty. Number 15, Allie Higgins. Number 21, Vanelle Eldridge. Number 22, Victoria Dunphy. Number 23, Lizzie Dumont. And number 30, Eva Brisk. For Hampden Academy, number 10, Bella McLaughlin. Number 11, Emma Haskell. Number 13, Taylor Gardner. Number 23, Sam Bellarose. Number 30, Cam Neal. And number 41, Taya Archer. And now, fans, let's meet our starters for this evening's game. At guard for Lawrence, 5'4" senior, number 2, Megan Curtis. At guard for Hampden, 5'5" senior, number 5, Bella Susi. At forward for Lawrence, 5'7" senior, number 3, Savannah Weston. At guard for Hampden, a 5'6" senior, number 12, Amelia McLaughlin. At guard for Lawrence, a 5'5" senior, number 24, Delaney Carr. At forward for Hampden, a 5'9" senior, number 15, Olivia Cronin. At guard for Lawrence, a 5'4" freshman, number 32, Hope Bouchard. At forward for Hampden, a 5'9" senior, number 21, Sydney Hodgson. At forward for Lawrence, a 5'8" junior, number 34, Sarah Polak. And at center for Hampden, a 6' junior, number 22, Megan Dees. Lawrence is coached by Brett Chesley. Hampden is coached by Nick Winchester.
Just to review your starting lineups one more time for the Lawrence Lady Bulldogs. 12-8, number 4 in Eastern Maine, Megan Curtis, Savannah Weston, Delaney Carr, Hope Bouchard, and Sarah Polad. Curtis, Weston, Carr, Bouchard, Polad. For the Hampden Lady Broncos, 18-1 on the season, Isabella Susi, Amelia McLaughlin, Lydia Brilliant, Sydney Hodgson, and Megan Deans. That's Susi, McLaughlin, Brilliant, Hodgson, and Deans. Deans and Poli will jump it up. And we're underway. Tips controlled by Delaney Carr. Carr into the forecourt. Dribbles into the corner, gets to Bouchard. Bouchard comes back up, sets up top. Here's Weston to Poli with the up fake. Spins to the middle, back to Weston. Throws it away. That is an issue that the Lady Bulldogs have had this year, ball security. Hampden will have their first crack at the ball. Here's Hodgson with it. Gets it right side to Deans. I'm sorry, McLaughlin. Inside to Deans. 3-ball on the way, no good by Hodgson. Rebound comes out to Poli. Curtis gets it in the forecourt to Bouchard. Bouchard spins away from the defender, hands it to Weston, gets in the middle for Polai. She's doubled, kicks it out. Carr for three. Off the back rim, no good. Long rebound comes down to Weston. Bouchard goes baseline, gets it back out to Weston. No score, 6:50 to go first quarter. Curtis backs it out, resets. Hands it off to Bouchard. Bouchard to Carr. She'll take a three again. In and out. And rebound comes down to Brilliant. She gets it ahead to McLaughlin. Shot by Brilliant, short. And Bouchard has it. Cold shooting in the early going by both teams. Bouchard gets stuck, gets to Polai. Foul line extended, no good. Rebound comes down to McLaughlin. McLaughlin on the run. Top of the key for Brilliant. Down the lane, it's partially blocked by Weston. But I think they're going to get a foul on Weston. And Lydia Brilliant go to the line for two. It's the first one. Lydia Brilliant definitely on the all-name team. Both shots are, wait for it, Brilliant! Here's Curtis. Bulldogs trailing by two. Curtis goes down the lane, forces one up, and she's going to draw the foul. Megan Curtis will go to the line for two. 5:53 to go. Eastern Maine semifinals. 2-0 Hampden. Curtis, the senior, has had some big games this year. You can't get the roll there. Plus, we'll all remember 3-Mageddon against, it was either Erskine or Nokomis. She had 6 threes in the first half. 1 of 2 for Curtis. That game, Lawrence had 14 threes on their way to a blowout victory. Here's Mackenzie Neto with it. I'm sorry, no. It's Susie. Crosses it over to Hodgson. Back to Susie. Get it down low to Brilliant. And roll it back around. Susie down the lane, cut off nicely. And the jumper is blocked by Delaney Carr. Nice defense by Carr. Lawrence with the ball, trailing by 1. As Curtis crosses over. Gets it to Weston. Weston, nice pass inside to Polai. And hustled after by Hodgson. And Hampden comes up with it. Is Brilliant with an up fake. Spins to her left hand. Can't control it. Gets it out to Hodgson. She goes baseline, no good. And Polai with the rebound. Both teams really struggling from the field. 2-1. Is this a hockey game or a basketball game? 4:40 to go, first quarter. Weston gets to Polai. Polai with the up fake. Goes down the lane, gets it partially blocked, but she's going to draw the foul on Megan Deans. It's be interesting to see here, as Coach Chesley has said many times, it's how does Sarah Polai start out at the foul line? That's how she ends up for the game. First one short. Checking in for Hampden is Isabella McLaughlin. 2 Isabels on this team. Both are missed by Polai, but she somehow comes up with the rebound. Here's Weston with it to Delaney Carr. Hands off to Bouchard. Back to Carr. Works off the screen. Gets it to Bouchard, almost loses the handle. Pulls it back out. Really, Lawrence offense looking a little discombobulated here. They get it inside to Weston. Left hand, off the glass and in. That's automatic. It's Savannah Weston has got a definite height advantage there they should take advantage of. 3-2 Bulldogs. Get it down low to Deans. Left hand off the glass and in. You just can't allow your offensive player that you're defending just cross in front of you. You've got to get a hand up in there. Here's Bouchard with it. Bouchard gets by her defender. Up fake. Throws one up. And can't get the roll. But Megan Curtis battles for the rebound. And I think it's going to go off her leg. It will be Hampden ball. Lady Broncos leading 4-3, the #1 seed here in Eastern Maine. 3:24 to go first quarter. Right side, it's McLaughlin. Dean has it. Goes in the corner for McLaughlin. Isabel McLaughlin. Dean gets it in the middle and gets run into by Delaney Carr. No call. 3-ball on the way. Ring it up for Amelia McLaughlin. 7-3. Again, another situation where Megan Deans was just able to walk right in front of pole line. Here's Bouchard to Carr. Hands off to Weston. Carr goes back to Weston. Roll it over to Bouchard. 2:35 to go first quarter. Crossover dribble by Bouchard. Nice bounce pass inside to Curtis for 2. Great interior pass by Hope Bouchard. 7-5, 2-point Hampden lead. There's Deans with it, right side. To Isabel McLaughlin, down the lane, gets the roll. 9-5, Hampden with the lead. Bouchard, got to get out of the lane. And you're going to get it for 3 seconds. Checking in for Lawrence is Alyssa Bork. 2 super subs, Alyssa Bork and Victoria Dunphy. As well as, it was just Dunphy, I thought it was Eldridge in there as well. 9-5 Hampden lead with the ball. Isabella McLaughlin with it to Amelia McLaughlin. And roll it around to Cameron Neal in the ball game. Good ball movement by Hampden. All out beyond the arc. Good ball. Tipped away by Savannah Weston. Nice job on defense there by Weston. 1:20 to go in the quarter. Bouchard, pull-up jumper, no good. Bork battles after the rebounder, but going to get her for a foul. Calling it pretty close out there. Doesn't look like there's a whole lot of contact there.
Lawrence foul number 1, this is Bork. Personal foul number 1. Team foul number 2.
Neal will bring it up into the forecourt. Dribbles down to the foul line extended. They roll it back around. Here's McLaughlin, Isabel McLaughlin. Emma Haskell with it in the game. Get it over to Neal. McLaughlin drives the lane, throws up a right hand, no good. Bouchard with the rebound. 45 seconds to go in the quarter. Lawrence trails by 4. Bork with it. Bork gets loose down the lane. She's got to get fouled. She'll go to the line for 2.
And foul number 11, Emma Haskell. Personal foul number 1, team foul number 3.
Bork gets the roll. Polai's coming back in. Weston going to get a breather. Second one, swish. 2-point Hampden lead. 30 seconds to go in the quarter. Here's Neal with it. Picks up a dribble. Gets to Haskell. Haskell goes down the lane, throws something up. And They're going to get Curtis for a bump. I don't know if that was on the floor or if she's going to shoot two. It will be two-shot foul.
Lawrence foul number
Haskell.
2, Curtis. Personal foul 1, team foul number 3.
Hampden 2 for 2 from the foul line so far. And I jinxed him. Second one by Haskell, in and out. Rebound comes down to Poli. 15 seconds to go in the quarter. Time for a shot here for the Bulldogs. Bouchard gets loose down the lane. Bouchard can't get it to go. 6 seconds to go as McLaughlin hustles it up. Gets to Haskell, who travels. Got her feet going before the ball. 2.1 to go in the quarter. Delaney Carr will check in. Bork to trigger the inbounds. It's to Carr. Carr throws one up. It's not going to be any good. End of the first quarter. Lawrence trails Hampden 9-7. Back after this.
Scott Searway, your state senator, is working hard for you in Augusta. Born and raised here in Central Maine, he's proud to advocate for the community he grew up in and to work for a better Maine for all. A graduate of Lawrence High, Senator Searway would like to wish the boys and girls basketball teams the best of luck this season. Go Bulldogs! Paid for and authorized by Maine Prosperity PAC, P.O. Box 1, Augusta. Not paid for or authorized by any candidate or candidate committee.
I want to thank our tournament sponsors, Sunny Pizza, Main Street, Fairfield, now delivering within a 7-mile radius of downtown Fairfield. Senator Scott Searway, a proud Lawrence grad that has been serving the community for many, many years. Hometown Veterinary Care, the best place in Central Maine to take your furry friends. Hampden will have the ball to start the second quarter, leading by 2, 9-7. Very tough offensive quarter for both teams. Isabel McLaughlin will dribble into the forecourt. And here's Neal. Neal spins, travels. I think she wasn't sure if she wanted to shoot it or if she wanted to pass it. So the extra steps. Here's Bouchard with it. Comes into the forecourt. And it's stolen away. Down the lane with the left hand, no good. Oh. Isabel McLaughlin gets hammered by Delaney Carr. Says, you're not scoring. You can shoot two, but you are not getting a bucket here. McLaughlin will be at the line for 2. First one's good. McLaughlin, just a freshman. This Hampden team just keeps reloading every year. Second one, no good. Rebound comes down to Sydney Hodgson. Hampden will maintain possession. Here's Neal with it. Get it in the corner for Hodgson. Loses the handle. Comes back out to McLaughlin. They get it inside to Deans. Kick it back over to Neal. Jumper no good. And the rebound comes down to Deans. Gets wide open down the lane. Just the seas parted for her. And she gets an easy bucket. 5-point Hampden lead. Here's Bouchard in the corner for Bork. Bork gets loose in the lane. Gets to Carr. Carr goes down the lane. Out of control. For her sake, they get a foul on the way through. And it was on the floor. Checking back in for Lawrence is Poli and Weston. Curtis will trigger the inbounds. And she tries to force a pass to Weston, and it's Knocked away nicely by Deans. Curtis loops it into Weston. She gets it back on the left side. Tries to spin middle. It's up a jumper, no good. It's short. And Hampden with the ball in a 5-point lead. McLaughlin with it. Left side for Susie. Susie goes right side to Hodgson. Throws up a runner, no good. Rebound comes down to Carr. Delaney Carr crosses over top of the key. Hands off to Curtis. Curtis gets to Bork. Bork tipped away by Deans. And fortunately for Lawrence, they have the possession arrow. Megan Deans has done a good job of getting her hand in the passing lane. If you're Lawrence and she's guarding you, you got to up fake or make some kind of a fake. Make her commit. Here's Poli, loops it in to Weston. Got herself a little turned around and couldn't settle herself to get the shot off. And then the tie-up ensued, and Hampden controls the possession arrow. 6 minutes to go. Second quarter, 12-7 Hampden. Here's McLaughlin. And they're going to get Deans for a foul on Weston, as Weston was trying to get over the screen. Bouchard comes back in. Bork will get a breather. And Amelia McLaughlin comes in. And Deans will have to sit, as she has 2 fouls now. Here's Bouchard into the forecourt. Bouchard tries to get loose down the lane. Nothing there. Needs some help. Gets it to Weston. Weston gets it stolen away. Isabel McLaughlin with the steal. She gets it back. 3-ball in the way, no good. And the rebound action, I believe they're going to get Susie over the back of Delaney Carr.
And for foul number 5, Susie. Personal foul number 2, foul number 6.
2 fouls on Susie as well. That's 2 starters that are in a little bit of foul trouble here early in the first half. Here's Bouchard with it. Into the forecourt. 5:26 to go in the half. 12-7 Hampden. One team looking to punch their ticket to the Eastern Maine Finals. Here's Weston down the lane. Can't get the roll. And Sydney Hodgson gets the defensive rebound. McLaughlin will take the 3. In and out. She hustles after her shot and gets it to Lydia. Brilliant. She hits the bunny. 14-7, biggest lead of the night for Hampden. I want to remind you that tonight's game and every game brought to you by Sonny's Pizza, Main Street in Fairfield, home of the family meal deal, which includes a large 15-inch one-topping pizza, cheesy breadsticks, and a 2-liter of soda for only $20.99. For more info, go to sonny's-pizza.com. Sonny's Pizza. Fresh dough, better pizza. Coach Chesley didn't like what he's seeing. Calls timeout. Let's see what happens after the timeout. This is the true medal of a coach, I believe, is what happens after timeouts. What kind of adjustments are made to make the changes necessary to get back in the win column. Here's Bouchard, gets it down low. Weston spins, puts it up with, the right hand somehow. Gets it to go in. Big hoop there for the Lady Bulldogs. They trail by 5. Here's McLaughlin with it. Gets it left side. 3-ball on the way, ring it up. Sydney Hodgson. Biggest lead of the game for Hampden, 17-9. Here's Bouchard with it. It's to Curtis. Poli. Bounce pass inside to Weston. Weston goes up with the right hand and hits. 17-11, 6-point Hampden lead. Just under 4 minutes to go in the half. Hodgson pulls it back out. Gets to Neal. Pile of bodies in the middle. Is McLaughlin to Neal in the corner. And Hampden, Coach Nick Winchester wants a timeout. We'll take one as well. 17-11 Hampden. Back after this.
60-second timeout.
Welcome back to the Augusta Civic Center, high above courtside. The Sonny's Pizza Broadcast Center. Rick Dougal, Ryan Bork. Eastern Maine girls Class A semifinals. Number 4 Lawrence trailing number 1 Hampden 17-11. Hampden has been their tournament nemesis over the last few years. They knocked the Lady Bulldogs out last year, 50-36 in the semis. Ball is tipped by Curtis. Remain Hampden ball. Hodgson will trigger the inbounds. Gets it to McLaughlin. Down low to Brilliant. Back to McLaughlin. Lawrence in his zone. 3-ball on the way. No good. Rebound comes down to McLaughlin though. When you're in a zone, you got to find somebody to block out when the shot goes up. Here's McLaughlin. 2-3 zone employed by the Lady Bulldogs. Brilliant. They get it into Hodgson, but they're going to get Poli for reaching around the side of Hodgson. Be just the 5th team foul on Lawrence. 6 on Hampden, so the next foul on Hampden will be a 1-and-1 for the Lady Bulldogs. Brilliant gets it knocked away, and here comes Curtis. Megan Curtis in transition, tries to drive, nothing there. Tries to bounce past the Poli, and it's knocked away. Somehow the Bulldogs get it back. Carr loads up a 3, no good. And the long rebound comes down to Neal. In the corner, the drive by McLaughlin is no good. Hodgson, foul line extended, bang. Back to an 8-point lead for the Lady Broncos. Here's Bouchard with it as we go under 2:15 to go in the half. Carr to Poli. Bounce pass to Weston. Weston down the lane, up and in. That's been automatic all night. Savannah Weston has 8 of Lawrence's 13 points. Under 2 minutes to go in the half as Isabel McLaughlin walks it up, gets it to Neal. Tries to loop it in, stolen away by Weston. Bouchard into the forecourt. 6-point deficit for the Lady Bulldogs. Here's Poli looking. I don't know what kind of pass that was. It was awful. I think she was maybe trying to loop it, and then she thought about a bounce pass, and she kind of got stuck halfway. Fortunately for Lawrence, it went off of Hampden. Here's Curtis with it. Gets it to Weston, who almost travels, but somehow gets it to Bouchard. A nice athletic play there by Savannah Weston. Here's Bouchard. Crosses over, gets in the lane, puts up the runner, no good. Poli hustles after the rebound. Poli goes up with the right hand, can't get the roll, but she'll go to the line for two. Oh, Hope Bouchard. I'd like to have that one back. I've said it before, I'll say it again. When you hit that white square, the ball goes in every time. Poli struggling from the foul line, 0 for 3 in the game. Misses them both again. Oh. Lawrence 2 for 7 in the first half from the foul line. That has been one of their Achilles' heels all year. Bounce pass to Hodgson, jumper, splash. Back to an 8-point lead as we go under a minute in the first half. Curtis, crossover dribble into the forecourt. Gets to Weston. Weston, nice bounce pass to Poli, and Poli is going to get fouled. Why not? Keep fouling her until she makes a foul shot. Thing is, when you start out like that, folks, every time you go to the foul line, you just get tighter and tighter. 0 for 5. Victoria Dunphy comes in. Weston will get a breather. And Poli finally hits one. 21-14, 39 seconds to go in the half. McLaughlin comes into the forecourt. Gets to Brilliant. They go cross court to Hodgson. Roll it around to Neal, back to McLaughlin. McLaughlin gets free in the lane. Nice pass to Brilliant. Air ball. And Hope Bouchard has it. And Coach Justice says, let's get one. 12 seconds to go. Bouchard gets it to Dunphy. 8 to go. Dunphy, bounce pass to Poli. 4 to go. Poli off the glass and in. Big shot for Sarah Poli at the end of the half. Your score, Hampden 21, Lawrence 16. Back after this.
Scott Searway, your state senator, is working hard for you in Augusta. Born and raised here in Central Maine, he's proud to advocate for the community he grew up in and to work for a better Maine for all. A graduate of Lawrence High, Senator Searway would like to wish the boys and girls basketball teams the best of luck this season. Go Bulldogs! Paid for and authorized by Maine Prosperity PAC, P.O. Box 1, Augusta. Not paid for or authorized by any candidate or candidate committee.
Today's game is recorded and produced by Brian Bork at Epic View Studios. Advertising spots start at only $20 per game. Today's broadcast is made possible by the following local sponsors: Sonny's Pizza, Main Street, Fairfield, Maine. Waterville Tire, College Avenue, Waterville, Maine. Maine Athletic Fundraising. KVCC, Western Avenue, Fairfield, Maine. Hometown Veterinary Care, Western Ave, Fairfield, Maine. Davis Vinyl, Design, Print, Install, Benton Ave, Benton, Maine. Doug's Garage, Neck Road, Benton, Maine. Uncle Dean's Natural Market, Waterville, Maine. Patterson Logging and Firewood, Patterson Road, Benton, Maine. Heward's Martial Arts, Winslow, Maine. Massage by Andrew, Main Street, Waterville, Maine.
Scott Searway, your state senator, is working hard for you in Augusta. Born and raised here in central Maine, he's proud to advocate for the community he grew up in and to work for a better Maine for all. A graduate of Lawrence High, Senator Searway would like to wish the boys and girls basketball teams the best of luck this season. Go Bulldogs! Paid for and authorized by Maine Prosperity PAC, P.O. Box 1, Augusta. Not paid for or authorized by any candidate or candidate committee.
I'd like to thank our tournament sponsors, Sonny's Pizza, Main Street, Fairfield, now delivered within a 7-mile radius of downtown Fairfield. Senator Scott Searway, proud Lawrence grad that has been serving the community for many years, not only as a senator, but as a police officer as well. Hometown veterinary care, best place in central Maine to take your furry friends. Home of Rudy and Lily's doctors. Waterville and Skowhegan Tire voted the best of the best for 20 plus years running. The only place to take your car for tire. And Heward's Martial Arts, where our teachers will help you be more centered, which can help you deal with the stresses of life. Dow's Quick Stop, formerly Jean's Market in Fairfield, now under new ownership, Amanda and Todd Dow. And Central Maine Pharmacy, China Road in Albion, Chuck Roy, the owner and pharmacist, on duty for you every day. So, First half had Hampden get out to an 8-point lead, biggest lead they had of the half. And actually the first quarter was a very tough quarter offensively for both teams, as they both struggled shooting. And that can do that to you here at the Civic Center, where you're playing with the wide open backgrounds. It's a lot different than what you're playing with in your own home gyms. But both teams struggled, and it was a 9-7 Hampden lead at the half. And they went out to as much as, like I said, an 8-point lead during the second quarter, as Lawrence continued to struggle from the field and the foul line. And they were able to get a few points down the stretch. 3 from Sarah Poli, foul shot, and then she hit a bucket right at the end of the half to get Lawrence back to within 5, 21-16. Earlier today, Skowhegan fell to number 2 Gardner. It was a very back and forth tough game. Another offensive struggle in the first half, as it was 12-12 at the half. And both teams kind of broke out of that in the second half, and it was back and forth. It was a 2-point game with about a minute and a half to go, and Gardner was able to stretch that lead and win by 8. Lizzie Gruber had another big game, and J.C. Christopher had a big game for Skowhegan. There's a couple of names that you're going to be hearing in Eastern Maine Class A for a long time. Gruber, a freshman, and J.C. Christopher, just a sophomore. So they'll be battling in this house many, many times over the next 3 years. This Hampden team as well seems to reload every year. They've got Isabella McLaughlin as a freshman who has contributed 3 points so far in the first half. Cameron Neal has played some significant minutes as a sophomore. Megan Deans is just a junior. So they're going to be good for a while as well. Lawrence obviously has Sarah Poli is just a junior. Hope Bouchard is a freshman. Alyssa Bork will be back next year as well as Victoria Dunphy. So they've got some good young players. This Eastern Maine Class A is going to be tough up and down for a while. I can tell you some of the other teams that have already been knocked out, like Erskine, for instance, has got 4 freshmen that got significant minutes throughout the season, and they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. Hampden will have the ball, leading by 5. Here is Amelia McLaughlin to Hodgson. Susie with it. Get it to Brilliant. Down low to Deans. McLaughlin's open for 3. No good. And the rebound comes down to Poli. Curtis into the forecourt. Gets to Poli. Poli hands off right side. Bouchard pulls it back out. Resets the offense. Works off a screen from Weston. She'll step back for 3. Short. Poli gets the rebound and smartly brings it back out. Here's Carr with it. Dribbles right into traffic and gets it stolen away. Hodgson into the forecourt. Goes to Brilliant. They roll it around to McLaughlin. And tough pass, not able to be handled, and Bouchard comes up with it. Here's Carr into the forecourt. Well, actually passes it back to Bouchard. And Bouchard gains the timeline. Works off a screen and throws it away. I think she was expecting Weston to roll to the hoop. Here's Deans with it. Almost travels. Gets it over to Brilliant. Brilliant will take the jumper, no good. Rebound comes down to Bouchard. Again, both teams starting the second half as they started the first half. 21-16. Lawrence trails by 5. Bounce pass inside to Weston. Weston goes up with the left hand, no good. Poli gets the rebound, gets it back to Weston, air ball. That's not her shot. She needs to stay around the hoop and be shooting from there. Hodgson almost gets it stolen away. Brilliant is able to save it somehow. Nice play by Susie, but she can't get it to go. Oh, Those are the ones that you love to have back as a player. Just short-armed it. Bouchard with it into the forecourt. Bouchard, pull-up jumper off the glass and in. Oh, Bouchard gets on the scoreboard, and Lawrence has cut the lead to 3. Here's Amelia McLaughlin to Brilliant. Back to McLaughlin. Gets to Hodgson. Brilliant with it. Up fake. In the lane. Left hand. No good. And rebound battled for, and it's going to be a tie-up. Possession arrow favors the Bulldogs. Checking in for Hampden is Isabel McLaughlin. She'll check in for Brilliant. 5:10 to go, third quarter. Hampden leads by 3. Number 1 Hampden, only 1 loss this year, and it was to Class AA Bangor. Bounce pass inside to Weston, goes up with the left hand, no good. And she'll go to the line for 2.
Hampden foul number 12, Lillian McLaughlin. Personal foul number 2, foul number 1. Weston at the line shooting.
Lawrence 4 for 10 from the foul line. Make it 4 for 11. Second one's good. Two-point Hampden lead, 4:54 to go. And Coach Nick Winchester doesn't like what he sees, wants a timeout. We'll take one as well. 21-19, Hampden back after this.
60-second timeout.
Scott Searway, your state senator, is working hard for you in Augusta. Born and raised here in Central Maine, he's proud to advocate for the community he grew up in and to work for a better Maine for all. A graduate of Lawrence High, Senator Searway would like to wish the boys and girls basketball teams the best of luck this season. Go Bulldogs! Paid for and authorized by Maine Prosperity PAC, P.O. Box 1, Augusta. Not paid for or authorized by any candidate or candidate committee.
Welcome back to the Augusta Civic Center, high above courtside in the Sonny's Pizza Broadcast Center. Rick Dougal, along with Brian Bork. And the lovely Mrs. Bork handling the scoreboard. 21-19, Hampden with a 2-point lead. Don't forget Sonny's Pizza, Main Street in Fairfield, now delivering within a 7-mile radius of downtown Fairfield. Call them today, 453-7822. Hampden with the ball, leading by 2. Isabel McLaughlin with it. Lawrence back in the 2-3 zone. Here's Amelia McLaughlin. Back to Isabel McLaughlin. Jumper by Hodgson on the baseline is good. Boy, she's been tough in that area of the floor. You got to be aware, if you're in that 2-3 zone, you got to be aware of that player that is running the baseline. Here's Bouchard. Bouchard, pull-up jumper, air ball. And Susie with it for Hampden. Gets it ahead to McLaughlin, who loses the handle off her leg. And Lawrence will get it back, trailing by 4 with 4:10 to go in the third quarter, I'm sorry. Bouchard walks it up. Comes into the forecourt. Hands off to Polai. Polai tries to feed the post from the top of the key, and that never works. Hampden with the steal. Here's Amelia McLaughlin. Goes cross court to Isabel McLaughlin. Hodgson with it. Back to Deans, who gets loose down the lane. Up and in, and the foul. Megan Deans saw a seam and took it right to the rack. And Alyssa Bork checks in, as well as Victoria Dunphy.
Deans at the line shooting for Hampden.
And shots no good by Deans. Curtis brings it into the forecourt. The Lady Bulldogs trail by 6. Bouchard with it, almost loses the handle. And I'm going to call a hold, I believe, on Amelia McLaughlin. That's her 3rd foul. We've got 2 starters with 2 fouls, and McLaughlin now with 3. Here's Dunphy with it. Gets to Weston. And they're going to get Deans, and I think that's her 3rd. That is. So now they have 2 starters with 3 fouls. That's something that could come back to haunt them later in this ballgame. Here's Bouchard with it. Bouchard tries to get loose down the lane, no good. Weston battles for the rebound. Gets it to Dunphy, open for 3. Ring it up! Victoria Dunphy hits a big 3. Lawrence back to a 3-point deficit. Here's Isabella McLaughlin. Goes cross court to Susie. Susie gets it to Amelia McLaughlin. McLaughlin down the lane, puts up the left hand, no good, and Bork with the rebound. Alyssa Bork almost loses the handle, but gets it to Weston. Here's Curtis with it. 2:36 to go, 3rd quarter. Curtis down the lane. Curtis up with the left hand, off the glass and in. See what happens when you hit that square? It goes in every time. Lawrence has cut the lead to 1. McLaughlin gets loose, no good, and Bork with the rebound. The Lady Bulldogs with a chance to take the lead. Get it ahead for Dunphy. Dunphy down the lane. Dunphy up fake, no good. What? They called that off of her. Boy, it looked like Hampden had to at least get a hand on it. They're conferring right now. And they changed the call. Good job there. That's what the officials need to do. When you have 3 on the floor, you got to get together and make sure you get the calls right. Coach Chesley wants a timeout. We'll keep it right here. 25-24. Lawrence has cut the lead to 1, and they have the ball. 2:07 to go in the 3rd quarter. Tonight's game and every game, I should say, is brought to you by Sonny's Pizza, Main Street in Fairfield, home of the family mega meal deal, which includes a large 15-inch one-topping pizza, 2 large ham Italians, choice of appetizer, and a 2-liter of soda for only $30.99. For more info, go to sonny's-pizza.com. We also want to remind you that we will be doing some baseball games, and if you would like to be a part of our broadcast, you can contact Brian Bork at epicview@yahoo.com. That's epicvue@yahoo.com. And Brian will put together a targeted marketing plan for you. Here's Bouchard with it. Bouchard crosses over, gets it right side to Dunphy. Thought about the 3, turns it down. Bouchard spins into the middle, nothing there, to Weston. Weston tries to get loose down the lane. And she's trapped. And she throws it off of McLaughlin. Luckily, it hit McLaughlin's foot and went out of bounds. Looked like she was just rolling it out of bounds. Here's Poli going to check back in. And McLaughlin comes out as Neal comes in. And Brilliant comes back in for Hampden. Sorry, it was Hodgson that went out. Curtis loops it in to Weston off the glass and in. Nice pass by Megan Curtis, and the Lady Bulldogs have come all the way back to take the lead, 26-25. Hampden with the ball, trailing by 1. Here's McLaughlin with it. Gets it right side to Emma Haskell, who misses the 3. Curtis comes down with the rebound. Gets it ahead to Poli, loose down the lane. Oh, she misses the left-hand bunny. Oh, Coach Chesley with his head in his hands. Hampden gets it back. Susie with it. Under a minute to go, 3rd quarter. Susie, bounce pass. She had a wide open lane. Not sure why she didn't take that shot. Here's McLaughlin. Gets it back to Susie. Top of the key. Brilliant jumper. Swish. Hampden back in front by 1. 35 to go as Alyssa Bork walks it up. Bork hands off to Dunphy. Now to Weston. Get it in the middle. Poli, who's going to get blocked, but I think they're going to get a foul on Brilliant. And Sarah Poli will go to the line for 2 more foul shots. She is 1 for 6 in the game. Bouchard checks in. I was going to check in with Delaney Carr. Oh, Poli struggling. Front rim, that one. I think if it touched the rim, it barely touched it. Weston getting a breather, as well as Curtis, with 22 seconds left. And both shots missed again by Sarah Poli. Clock has yet to start. There we go. Here's McLaughlin with it as we go under 18 seconds. Top of the key for Brilliant. Brilliant down the lane, off the glass and in. Lydia Brilliant has taken over this game for Hampden, and they're up by 3. Bounce pass down low, off the glass, no good. And at the end of 3, Hampden back in front, 29-26. Back after this. We'd like to thank our tournament sponsors, Sonny's Pizza, Main Street, Fairfield, now delivering within a 7-mile radius of downtown Fairfield. Senator Scott Searway, a proud Lawrence grad that has been serving our community for many years, both as a senator and a police officer. Hometown Veterinary Care, the best place in central Maine to take your furry friends, place where Rudy and Lily get their care. Waterville and Skowhegan Tire, voted the best of the best for 20-plus years running. Hampden with the ball as we start the 4th quarter. They trailed for the first time in that 3rd quarter, as we start the 4th quarter, I should say. And after trailing 26-25, they went on a 4-0 run. Actually, Lydia Bryant went on a 4-0 run. Brilliant, I should say. Went on a brilliant run. Here's a 3 on the way, ring it up. Emma Haskell. Hampden back in front by 6. They're on a 7-0 run. Here's Bork with it. To Dunphy. Dunphy, crossover dribble, gets in the lane. Nothing there. Gets it out to Carr. Carr double dribbles, they let it go. Carr trying to force her way down low, throws up a wild shot, no good. Thankfully, Poli's there, and then she throws it away. Tough pass for Alyssa Bork to try to catch. And ever since that wide open layup that Poli missed with Lawrence up by 1, it's been a struggle for the Lady Bulldogs. Bork goes out, and Curtis comes back in. She really hasn't gotten her offense going. I don't even think she's attempted a 3 yet. 7 minutes to go in the ball game. 6-point Hampden lead. Down low to Hodgson. They roll it over to McLaughlin. And Isabel McLaughlin with it. Brilliant with a jumper, no good. And Poli comes down with a rebound. Curtis. Hands off to Weston, to Carr. Back to Curtis. She'll take the three. I think it was partially blocked. If it wasn't, that's an air ball. And it wasn't, so Hampden has the ball, leading by 6. 1-2-2 full court or three-quarter court pressure by Lawrence. Here's Polai, and almost forced the turnover there. As Hodgson made a nice play to retain possession. Back in the zone, looks like a 1-2-2 zone for Lawrence. McLaughlin goes cross court to McLaughlin. 3-ball, ring it up. Amelia McLaughlin gives Hampden their biggest lead of the night, 35-26. Back after this.
Scott Searway, your state senator, is working hard for you in Augusta. Born and raised here in Central Maine, he's proud to advocate for the community he grew up in and to work for a better Maine for all. A graduate of Lawrence High, Senator Searway would like to wish the boys and girls basketball teams the best of luck this season. Go Bulldogs! Paid for and authorized by Maine Prosperity PAC, P.O. Box 1, Augusta. Not paid for or authorized by any candidate or candidate committee.
We'll take you back to the third quarter. Lawrence had taken the lead by 1. They come down and get a steal. Somehow Polai gets wide open down the lane. They get it to her, and she misses the left-hand layup. Since then, Hampden is on a 10-0 run to take a 9-point lead. Lady Bulldogs with the ball, trailing by 9. Under 6 minutes to go in the ballgame. Here's Bouchard into the forecourt. Gets it over to Polai. They get it to Weston. Weston spins, left hand, no good, but she'll get fouled. And go to the line for 2. She is 1 for 2 in the ballgame.
Hampden foul number 21, City Hodgson. Personal foul number 1. Team foul number 5. Weston at the line shooting.
Weston hits. Well, you could struggle all game from the foul line, but if you start hitting them in the fourth quarter when you really need them, that could make all the difference in the ballgame. And second one, no good. Polai hustles after the rebound, but it goes out of bounds. Back to Hampden. 8-point Lady Bronco lead. The number 1 seed looking to get to the Eastern Maine Finals for the second year in a row. Here's McLaughlin to McLaughlin. Hodgson. They roll it back around to Isabel McLaughlin, the freshman point guard. Here's Hodgson with it. They get it in the lane. Nice pass. Shots up and in by Amelia McLaughlin. Textbook offense right there by the Lady Broncos. Now lead by 10. Here's Carr with it to Polai. Polai tries to get down the lane. Up fake, nothing there. Gets it back to Bouchard. Bouchard goes down the lane. Gets rejected from behind by Brilliant. Well, you got to sense that player coming behind you and maybe an up fake. Get her on your body. Try to get a foul. But just a freshman. She'll learn. And the ball is stolen away by Hampden. But it comes right back to Curtis, who throws one up. Looked like she tripped over either McLaughlin's feet or her own feet. And the ball goes back to the Lady Broncos, leading by 10 with 4:45 to go in the ballgame. Here's McLaughlin. Nice pass to Deans. Shot up, no good, but she's going to get fouled by Polai. Megan Deans will be at the line for 2. I want to remind you, we'll be doing some baseball games. And if you want to be a part of the Epic View broadcast, all you got to do is contact Brian, epicview@yahoo.com. That's epicvue@yahoo.com. Not only is it a great way to support your community, it's also a great way to advertise your business. And if you want to know what kind of an effect it can have on your business, talk to Sonny's Pizza. 1 of 2 for Deans. You get it down low to Poli, shots up, no good. Oh, Sarah Poli will like to forget this game at the end. Hampden with the ball, an 11-point lead. Brilliant. Gets to McLaughlin. Throws it away. It was Haskell actually threw it away. Bouchard with it now. Bouchard gets it to a wide open Weston underneath. And Coach Chesley wants a timeout. We'll take one as well. 38-29 Hampden. Back after this.
Today's game is recorded and produced by Brian Bork at Epic View Studios. Advertising spots start at only $20 per game. Today's broadcast is made possible by the following local sponsors: Sonny's Pizza, Main Street, Fairfield, Maine. Waterville Tire, College Avenue, Waterville, Maine. Maine Athletic Fundraising. KVCC, Western Avenue, Fairfield, Maine. Hometown Veterinary Care, Western Ave, Fairfield, Maine. Davis Vinyl, Design, Print, Install, Benton Ave, Benton, Maine. Doug's Garage, Neck Road, Benton, Maine. Uncle Dean's Natural Market, Waterville, Maine.
Welcome back to the Augusta Civic Center, high above courtside in the Sonny's Pizza Broadcast Center. Rick Tugel, along with Brian Bork, bringing you the Lawrence Eastern Maine semifinal game here. 38-29. Hampden with a 9-point lead and the ball. Haskell with it in the corner. She's hassled there, and she gets it up to Brilliant. Here's Haskell. I'm sorry, McLaughlin with it. McLaughlin gets loose down the lane. McLaughlin off the glass, no good. And Dunphy with the rebound. Here comes Curtis. Curtis crosses over, and she's going to get grabbed, wrapped up, hugged by Haskell. And the possession arrow favors the Bulldogs as Hodgson comes back in for Hampden. 3:32 to go in the ball game. 9-point lead for Hampden. Here's Curtis with it. Curtis pulls it back out, resets the offense. She'll stop and take a three. No good. Rebound comes down to Brilliant. Hodgson looks to push. Doesn't have the numbers. Pulls it back out. Gets it down low to Deans. Deans goes down the lane, up, no good, but she's going to get fouled by Delaney Carr, who was leaning on her as soon as she got the ball. Megan Deans 1 for 3 from the foul line. Both teams have struggled from the foul line in this game, but it's hurt Lawrence more than Hampden. Deans misses that one as Weston and Poli check in for the Lady Bulldogs. Second one for Deans, gets the roll. 10-point lead for the Broncos. Dunphy with it into the forecourt. Crosses over, gets it right side to Weston. Weston tries to get loose down the lane. Left hand, no good. Too strong. And the rebound comes down to Hampden. Here's Hodgson with it. She's going to get fouled by Dunphy. Just the fourth team foul on Lawrence, only 5 on Hampden as we get down to 2:46 to go in the ballgame. And they're going to get Carr Delaney Carr knows that they got to start getting Hampden to the foul line if they can try to get possessions back here. It's the third foul on Carr. Haskell or McLaughlin triggers in, stolen away nicely by Victoria Dunphy. Dunphy into the forecourt. Carr takes a long three, no good. Rebound tipped around, controlled by Deans. Here's McLaughlin with it. It's a brilliant hands off to Amelia McLaughlin. She gets loose in the lane. Nice bounce pass to Deans, no good. And the rebound comes down to pole line. Curtis into the forecourt. Gets to Polai as we go into 2 minutes. Bulldogs trailing by 10. Carr with the jumper in the lane, no good. Gets it back and travels. .150 to go in the ball game. Lady Bulldogs trail by 10. Bork going to check in, as well as Eva Brisk. And Emily Haggerty comes in. Lauren Hume as well. Thank you, Brian. Here's McLaughlin with it, and she's going to get fouled by Carr. It's like Coach Chesley emptying the bench.
Lawrence foul number 24, Delaney Carr. Personal foul number 4, team foul number 6.
Mackenzie Netto also checks in for Lawrence. Here's Brilliant with it. Hodgson. Hampden happy to just pass it around, and Danielle Eldridge will draw the foul. That will send Amelia McLaughlin to the foul line for a 1-on-1.
Amelia McLaughlin at the line shooting.
Ellie Nickerson checks in as well for Lawrence. She has the ball as the shot was missed by McLaughlin. 1:20 to go in the ball game. Lawrence trailing by 10. Lizzie Dumont gets to Hume, to Haggerty, Eldridge I should say, back to Hume. Try to loop it into Brisk, she loses her footing and goes over to Hampden. And Coach Nick Winchester empties the bench as well. 39-29 Lawrence, I'm sorry, Hampden. Since Lawrence took the lead, 26-25, Hampden has gone on a 13-3 run. Let's say 13-4 run, and that was in the late third quarter. So Lawrence has only scored 4 points since then. Here's Cameron Neal with it. She's going to get fouled and go to the line for a 1-on-1. As I said earlier, both teams struggled from the foul line, but it hasn't hurt Hampden as much as it has Lawrence in this ball game. Neal hits the first one.
This is Cam Neal shooting for Hampden.
And she gets them both. 12-point Hampden lead, under a minute to go. And down the lane, Mackenzie Netto forces the action, and she'll get to the line for 2.
Hampden foul number 30, Cam Neal, personal foul number 1. Team foul number 6. Never with the line shooting.
And she hits them both. I'm not sure that we need to foul every time Hampden gets the ball, trailing by 10. They're going to get Lizzie Dumont for another foul.
Boys foul number 23, Lizzie Dumont, personal foul number 1. Team foul number 9.
Neal will go to the line
Neal at the line shooting.
for 2. Now Hampden will be in the double bonus the remainder of the game. Hits them both. 43-31. 46 seconds to go in the ballgame. Is Neto with it. Neto almost loses the handle, gets it to Haggerty. 3-ball on the way. No good for Danielle Eldridge. Rebound tipped around, controlled by Lawrence. Neto, foul line jumper, swish.
Mackenzie Neto.
Allie Nickerson going to check in. Allie Higgins. That's right, I messed that up earlier this year. 21 seconds to go in the game. 10-point Hampden lead. Oh, come on, girls. You don't need to foul with 12 seconds left. Come on.
Boys foul number 21, Danielle Eldridge, personal foul number 2.
And Cameron Neal is making a living at the foul line late in the game. We at the line for another 2. She's 4 for 4. Make it 5 for 5. This will be our final broadcast of the basketball season. And both are good. Neto hustles it up. 8 seconds to go. To Higgins. Hume throws up a 3 at the buzzer. No good. Your final score here from Augusta. 45-33. Number 1 Hampden moves on to the Eastern Maine Finals. We'll be back to wrap it up after this.
Today's game is recorded and produced by Brian Bork at Epic View Studios. Advertising spots start at only $20 per game. Today's broadcast is made possible by the following local sponsors: Sonny's Pizza, Main Street, Fairfield, Maine. Waterville Tire, College Avenue, Waterville, Maine. Maine Athletic Fundraising. KVCC, Western Avenue, Fairfield, Maine. Hometown Veterinary Care, Western Ave, Fairfield, Maine. Davis Vinyl, Design, Print, Install, Benton Ave, Benton, Maine. Doug's Garage, Neck Road, Benton, Maine. Uncle Dean's Natural Market, Waterville, Maine. Patterson Logging and Firewood, Patterson Road, Benton, Maine. Hewitt's Martial Arts, Winslow, Maine. Massage by Andrew, Main Street, Waterville, Maine.
Scott Searway, your state senator, is working hard for you in Augusta. Born and raised here in Central Maine, he's proud to advocate for the community he grew up in and to work for a better Maine for all. A graduate of Lawrence High, Senator Searway would like to wish the boys and girls basketball teams the best of luck this season. Go Bulldogs! Paid for and authorized by Maine Prosperity PAC, P.O. Box 1, Augusta. Not paid for or authorized by any candidate or candidate committee.
Welcome back to the Augusta Civic Center, high above courtside. In the Sonny's Pizza Broadcast Center, Rick Dougal, along with Brian Bork. Tough loss for the Lady Bulldogs. We'll take you back to the third quarter. They had battled back from an 8-point deficit in the second quarter to take their first lead of the game, 26-25. And they had to stop, got the ball down. Somehow Sarah Poli got loose going down the lane, got her wide open. They make a nice pass to her, and she misses the left-hand layup. And from that point, Hampden went on a 19-8 run to close out the game and win it 45-33. Your leading scorers for very balanced attack from the Hampden Broncos. You had the leading scorer was Sydney Hodgdon with 9. Then you had Lydia Bryant with 8, Megan Deans with 8. You had Amelia McLaughlin with 8, and then Cameron Neal had 6, all from the foul line. And Emma Haskell with 3, Isabella McLaughlin with 3, for their total of 45. For Lawrence, Savannah Weston had a good game. Her final game as a senior, 14 points, although she had a kind of a quiet second half, only 5 points in the second half. Megan Curtis had 5, Victoria Dunphy had 3, Alyssa Bork had 2, Hope Bouchard had 2, and Sarah Poli, a very, very tough night, only 3 points, 1 of 8 from the foul line. The rest of the team was 7 for 10. So a tough night. So 8 for 18 from the foul line for Lawrence, and they lost by 12. So very tough night from the foul line offensively, and that's how the season ends for the Lady Bulldogs, again to the hands of the Hampton Lady Broncos. So again, don't forget, we'll be back for some baseball here in the spring, if the snow ever stops. We'll have some Lawrence baseball games for you, and if you want to be a part of our broadcast of our local sports, you can contact Brian Bork, epicview@yahoo.com, epicview, V-U-E, @yahoo.com, and Brian will set you up with a targeted marketing plan. And not only does it help the community, which is great, it also helps your business grow. If you don't believe us, ask Sonny's Pizza. We're getting 300 to 500 views between YouTube and Facebook for these games that we're doing live, and it's created quite a buzz in the community. So contact Brian, he'll get you set up. Again, your final score here, and your final game of the basketball season, 45-33, Hampden with the win over Lawrence. For Brian Bork, I'm Rick Dougal. You folks have a great night.
Scott Searway, your state senator, is working hard for you in Augusta. Born and raised here in Central Maine, he's proud to advocate for the community he grew up in and to work for a better Maine for all. A graduate of Lawrence High, Senator Searway would like to wish the boys and girls basketball teams the best of luck this season. Go Bulldogs! Paid for and authorized by Maine Prosperity PAC, P.O. Box 1, Augusta. Not paid for or authorized by any candidate or candidate committee.